I'm Rita Crandall, and this is VBITE, and we're really lucky tonight. We had a special book signing with Melanie Falina. This is her, and she wrote 3 books of poetry so far that we have all of 3 of them in the shop here, and one of them we actually sold out of tonight, her first edition.
Yes. Gaslit Shadows.
Gaslit Shadows, and they are gosh darn it.
Poems inspired by New Orleans.
Poems inspired by New Orleans,
yes.
And they're amazing. So the one she brought tonight is Crescent City Fog, but I wanted to ask you, what got you started writing poetry?
I've written poetry probably since my pre-teens, and it's just something that I always enjoyed, but no one really took it seriously, but then independent publishing got so big that it was the spring, and one day it kind of hit me. It was like somebody had actually implanted the idea in my brain. And I said, I'm going to write a collection of poems, about New Orleans because I love New Orleans so much. And I said, I'm going to try to write 20. And if I write 20, then I'll self-publish. And I wrote 13 and then I was stuck. It's like, oh, well, I tried. And it took me a few days, and then the juices started flowing again. And when I finally did actually publish it, I was already writing the second volume. So
really,
yeah.
That's awesome, and they're very nice. I read one before on the show here, and they just flow, and you really do feel the. I wanted to read more because there's just so much feeling that you have for it. And why New Orleans? What?
There's just something about the city, the music, the food, the culture, the history, the feeling. I mean, I can walk through the French Quarter and just a peace comes over me, unlike anywhere else I've ever experienced.
Yeah, I have it too. A lot of people have that same feeling. So I've asked Melanie to read one of her poems for us. Saint Germain is going crazy back there. Okay, it's not his turn. So Melanie's going to read from
He can read one if he wants to.
She's going to read from Crescent City Fog, her newest one.
This is the first poem in Crescent City Fog. It's called Parasol of Fog. Early morning, still and silent, in a city where music's always playing, a parasol of fog rises above the Mississippi. With the embattled heat at arm's length, the French Quarter lets out a collective sigh, and it all goes on with or without me, but I'm always here. As coffee is sipped, secrets are dropped into that cup like nickels for a homeless man. And on days when it's hard to hope, hard to dream, there are always iron balconies to lift one above the mediocrity. And look, gaze upon each curve and corner, each time-traveling crevice, the doorways that have received, sheltered, and bid adieu to generations, and the roofs that have stood courageously before the eyes of destruction, cradle their inhabitants from rain that drowns, sun that scalds, and years that clip away at it all, like picking a scab on an everlasting wound. And you can see the fog from up there too. It's an arm around one's shoulders, a hand rubbing across one's back, reminding you on days when it's hard of all the beauty before you.
Beautiful. That is really beautiful. So we have the books here. We'll have them online. I have our other 2, and I've done a bad job of putting them online. So tomorrow I'm going to work on that and put all 3 of them online so you can get all 3. And we hope to have you back again. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow night on VBITE.